Well, what I'm doing at this moment is really exciting and challenging. I have a grant to do research in the Netherlands with an institute in South Africa on migrant sex work. We are working in South Africa with also sex worker led organizations, and here in Holland, I'm involved with a whole group of any organizations that are, activists or working with sex workers or are sex workers themselves. So little has changed. In the 90s, I was working on the theme of sex work in Latin America. And at a certain point, I just was so tired of it all being the same, that very little changed to benefit the women, that there were two schools of thought about sex work: those who think it's sexual slavery, the others who think it's a form of work, so it's human rights perspective. And being out of it for such a long time, or for a long vacation, I call it, I came back, and it's still the same, and it's even stronger. The school of sexual slavery abolitionists, proponents of the Swedish model, which is the model that expects men to be penalized who visit sex workers, is growing and growing in the Netherlands. What is inspiring in gender studies, feminist anthropology at this moment? I'm interested in studies that are thinking beyond the box and trying to break away from these sort of confines of looking at sexuality as either sexualization or not, yeah? But trying to see how the gray areas are evolving. My interests are towards breaking dichotomies, but I'm a book by Amelia Cabezas, who talks about, who does work on sex tourism in Cuba, who looks at the emotional, looks at how emotion is involved in this, and that you cannot call sex work just sex work. Queer sexuality studies does so much more to go beyond dichotomies and power issues than these power frames that we work in as feminist anthropologists than we've been able to do in feminist anthropology. So that's just an idea of some of the things, but it's not like, I wouldn't be preaching them like this is my Bible, but they're very good examples of thinking beyond the box.